in young adult. The Global Youth Mental Health Awareness, that is GYMHA, working with the youth mental health issues. So, in line with the topic, we can see the impactful panelists with us. She is none other than Lowell married IFEOMA, who is the content creator and the founder of Alpha Girls, GYMHA Ambassador, and Assistant Volunteers Engagement Coordinator. So, hi, Lowell.
Hello, hello viewers.
Great. So, yes, as we know that our all the topic was really regarding the youth mental health issues. So I would like to get some of your views regarding my first question. That is, what some sign that a young adult might be struggling with mental issues?
Thank you very much for that question. There are several signs that a young
Yeah.
adult might be struggling with their mental health, among which of the signs are change in mood. Mood swings or sudden change in a person's behavior might show that they are struggling with their mental health. Let's take, for instance, a person that is usually full of life, someone that is always happy, that is always energetic, and all of a sudden the person starts feeling low or starts feeling down or start feeling less of him or herself. A sudden change in mood swings is a sign that one might be experiencing a mental health issue. And secondly is a withdrawal. A sudden change in social behavior, such as avoiding social engagement, isolating oneself. When a person starts isolating he or herself from social activities, from activities that they previously enjoyed, this might show that the person is experiencing a mental health issue. And changes in sleep pattern. When someone has difficulty in sleeping, is a sign of mental health issues, as well as changes in appetite. When someone lost appetite or they might be overfeeding, is also a sign that one might be experiencing mental health issues. And the lack of energy or motivation in someone's job or a career or something you love doing, and you probably start having less motivation or start having less energy for something that you enjoy doing or you have fun doing, is also a sign that one might be experiencing mental health issue. And lastly, substance abuse. Let's take, for instance, someone that's not used to taking hard drugs, alcohol, and the likes of it, and starts getting caught in the act, or someone taking excessive drugs or alcohol, maybe a sign of underlying mental health issues. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You have shared you have articulated all the great points regarding the sign of mental health issues. So I would like to add one more thing, that is, in my experience, I have seen that one of my friend in my university, and he was outstanding in result, outstanding in performance. But after some of the days, we have experienced that my friend's performance are going down and down. Even easily, he feel irritate whenever someone asks him something and shares something. Even I can find that the anxiety level is turning up, and sensitivity level also the high in range. So a lot of issues are having with the relator that is you already shared with us. So thank you so much, Lowell, and it was a great sharing, I have to say. And welcome another great panelist. Yes, we have another great panelist with us. Let's introduce our panelist, Nur Ahmed. Mary. Oh, Mary, can you hear me?
Yes, good evening from Nigeria. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Okay, so all of you, yes, of course, all of you, I would like to address that our Mary is a great moderator. Not only moderator, he's a registered nurse and health consultant, public speaker, actress, show host, and of course, the GYMHA Special Board Advisor. So yes, Mary, over to you.
Okay, good evening from here. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are joining us from. Sorry, I came in a little bit behind. I had to rush in a lot of things and coming to join us here. All right. Good evening, Merit. It's so nice to see you again.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. You look beautiful today, by the way. I love your
Thank you
earrings.
very Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, and of course, good evening, Ahmed. It's so nice to see you today, Ahmed. Is it still there?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I think we lost him a little there. All right, it's fine. Okay, so everyone, you're welcome back to another episode of the GYMHA Mental Health Talk Show on Facebook or social media. It's another time for us to learn. Okay, I was saying good evening to you. I was saying good evening to you before you went off for a few minutes. Ahmed, good evening. Ahmed, can you hear me?
Yes, of course, you are loud and clear, and thank you so much.
All right. It's so nice to see you again, though. Okay. So now that we're here, I think we can just get on right into the business of the day. So it's another episode of the GYMHA Mental Health Talk Show on Facebook Live, and it's another time for us to learn, unlearn, and of course share some ideas about a particular topic that would interest every one of us. It's something, mental health is something we all need to keep talking about. It cannot be overemphasized because we have to just keep talking about it so that everyone can keep learning what they need to know about mental health, the signs, the symptoms, the precautions, the prevention, the treatment, and so many other things we all need to know about mental health. So for those of you who are just meeting me once again, my name is Mary Ozuruonye. I'm a registered nurse and I'm also a media personality and I'm your humble moderator for this tonight's section. And of course, I have my very beautiful Merit IFEOMA with us here, LAWAL. She's a very young person that is quite intelligent. She was with us 2 weeks ago in the last section, and I must say that personally, I learned a lot from her in the last session. So, and I'm very happy that she's here with you this evening. And of course, we also have our man in the building. Very important personality too there. Thank you very much, Ambassador Ahmed, for joining us on the show today. It's so nice to have you in the panel section. So today we'll be discussing something, and the topic today is how to recognize and cope with the signs of mental health issues. How to recognize and cope with the signs of mental health issues among young adults, among people in the society. So we'll look at some of the signs that we need to look out for in people to be sure that they are either mentally stable or mentally unstable. So I would like to start from Ahmed. How do you think, what are the ways you think one can actually recognize mental health issues among young people in the society today?
Well, thank you so much. And yes, of course, I have shared earlier, but I would like to address some more because I am the youth activist as well as I have been the work with and spending time with the young people, and I have been experiencing a lot of things because there is a lot of sign we can find out that the area, I mean, the young people have been facing the mental health issues. And of course, first of all, that is there is a mood swing, and is very important, important to address. When the mood swing happening, you can easily find out that yes, this young person actually facing the mental health issues. And yes, that's already shared by Lowell. That is three problem we need to address one more time. And yes, excessive worrying. That is whenever you are worried for something, but because of your frustration or mental health negative experiencing level, and your excessive worrying are increasing day by day. And you're also facing some isolation problem because whenever you feel like so much worry, you are facing a lot of negative issues in your mind, you are trying to isolate yourself towards the other people. Isolation is another sign you may call. Another is that absence of motivation. And whenever you can find that some people think like and share like, oh, I don't have any wish, I don't have any hope. I think I will die for some day. And some other kind of this kind of word actually seems like he or she don't find the proper motivation of living, motivation, the meaning of living. And yes, of course, the depression is another one. Unexplainable health issues, because there's a lot of health problem will increases because of the negative or mental health issues. So we have to consider and think about some other mental health, I mean, physical health problem also increases apart, I mean, accordingly. And of course, I have shared once again that is easily irritated is another sign, anger, and yes, increase the sensitivity. And finally, I would like to focus that avoiding the social events. Think about your family member have been facing the mental health issue. He or she won't go any social event like a marriage, like a out together, get together party, and some other things. He or she won't go because of he or she have been facing the mental health issue. I mean, these are the main code sign that you can easily find out. These are the main reason that youth have been facing mental health issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, for that very wonderful idea you've given us on how we can recognize mental health issues in young people. So, Merit, I would like you to also say something to this question. How do you think we can recognize mental health issues among young people, especially?
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that question. I would like to start by saying, like physical health has its own signs, and same is for mental health issues as well. For a person passing through some certain mental illness, there are some signs that we can look out for to show that this person is experiencing a mental illness. Among the signs are mood swings, that's changing the mood. Sometimes we see someone who is always full of life, someone who is always energetic, and all of a sudden they just go off. They just tend to like switch. They have sudden mood switch. So that is a sign of mental health issues. And secondly, loss of appetite. When a person have difficulty in eating, or they start to overeat, it's also a sign that they are experiencing mental illness. And thirdly is withdrawal or isolation. When a person, like Mr. Ahmed said, when a person starts isolating him or herself from social activities, from things they enjoy doing, and they just stop doing it, it's also a sign that they might be experiencing mental health issues. And fourthly is a substance abuse. We've seen so many cases of young people that don't even take any substance abuse, that don't take substance use, and so they start to take drug use, and they start taking alcohol and all of that. And some of these youth tends to increase the rate at which they consume this substance, and this is another sign of mental health issues. And lastly, I would like to talk about lack of motivation or energy. We've seen people that used to be really hardworking at their workplace, and all of a sudden they start losing energy to work, they start losing focus, they start feeling less motivated. It's also a sign that they might be experiencing mental health issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Merit, for that very amazing idea you've given us. So I understand the fact that when you notice some striking changes in the behavioral pattern of an individual, especially a young person, then we really need to query that sudden changes. For instance, a young adult who used to be very lively, you suddenly start noticing some changes in that behavior. It goes from being very lively to becoming so moody, isolating, and less socializing. Then you have to be very careful and start watching that person. We have to start querying that sudden changes in attitude and behavior to see if that person is actually still mentally stable and balanced. But Ahmed, you will agree with me that there are some times that some people might just be having a bad day. It might not even, it might not be that is having a mental health issues. Some people could just be having a bad day. If for instance, let me give you an example for a female now who has who is experiencing some hormonal changes. Hormones in females sometimes actually gives them all these mood swings, and especially when it's that time of the month, and all that. And that could make them cranky. It could make them start exhibiting some symptoms. And then is it okay for us to conclude so fast that whoever is experiencing this attitudinal changes already is having mental health issues? At what point do we draw the line between just having a bad day and real mental health issues going on with a person? Because it won't be okay for us to jump into some hasty conclusion, if I can use that word. Ahmed, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying. So would you like to clarify at what point do we draw the line between an individual who is just having a bad day or who is just having an hormonal mood swings and someone who is actually having a mental health issue? Ahmed, did you get that, please?
Okay, can you please share once again?
Okay, yeah, I was saying that there are sometimes that I believe one should not jump into an hasty conclusion when you see signs that are suggestive of mental health issues in young adults, because there are sometimes that the person could be having a bad day. It could be because of an experience. For some females, it could even be because of hormones, hormones raging, mood swings due to hormones for females sometimes. Anything could make you have this depressive feeling, wanting to withdraw a bit, being cranky, unnecessarily angry. All this can actually come with so many other feelings. So, at what point do we draw the line between having a bad day and mental health, a full blown mental health issue?
Well, thank you so much for your question. And because of the sound breaking down, I couldn't able to get the last sentence. Anyway, if I have seen that someone facing the mental health issues, and I already recognize that those person or that person have been facing the mental health issue, I would like to address them in a different way. Like if that person is very near to me, I would like to spend some time and want to give some of my time and want to give some of my time and I will try to move from that place to another place to the one or that person who are not in touch. So in that perspective, I would like to spend some time as well to share some of my entertaining things to make that person more relaxed. Okay, first of all, if I consider the very nearest one, so I would like to focus that I will try to spend some time and I would like to address some the way that he or she wants to feel no, I don't go that way. I would like to focus and share some of my making a story. Say, think about it. He has been facing mental health issues like frustrating because of the bad result, frustrating because of the family issues. So I already recognize because of my nearest person he is. So I would like to address some of I would like to create a story regarding that bad event into someone other life. It's like all about the Makey story, and that Makey story, though it seems to like very funny, but it really will work because I have done a lot of things with my friends, with my family members, because I try to negotiate with that person into the story that is actually in connected with the person who have been facing the mental health issues. So storytelling in line with I will give the possible positive feedback. So that person easily can understand and in touch with their. Also, I will sharing his or her problem with me because this is the way I can give some problem mental health issues from that person. Can in line with their mental health issues. If I consider them for my friendly purpose, I can easily ask. I can easily ask for the direct question, or in that perspective, I can also make some game or some outing from the other place. So he or she feel definitely peace and share some of their idea, some of their mental health issues with me because this is the another way you can easily keep in touch with other people because whenever you are go with others from outing or the other entertainment place he or she feel like oh thank you so much for the day you made my day and because I have been facing these mental health issues look this is the way I can it is easily address and recognize that the mental health issues he has been facing and the last one I would like to focus the when the third person or the person who I'm not keeping touch in that regarding perspective, I would like to spend some time, try to share some emotional, touching story of my mother or someone, try to grab the emotion of him or her within that. So this is the way he always, he or she can easily keep in touch with my emotion. And that time, I will gradually, I will try to recognize that what kind of mental health issue problem he has been facing. So in that perspective, whenever you are good listener, definitely someone feel most priority. So in the case of third person or the people who are not in keeping touch, he always try to share a lot of things if he or she is been facing the mental health issues. So in that perspective, I can also hear her or his story, and I can easily understand what kind of mental health issue he or she has been facing. So gradually I will move forward for the some positive feedbacks. So I will share the positive feedbacks for the later one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahmed. Yeah, that's a very good one. From everything you've said, I picked something story. Helping telling the person to share his or her story. And by sharing is our story, you can easily deduce what the problem really is. And I agree with the fact that making someone express his or her feelings actually goes a long way in diagnosing them, and of course in even helping them to heal in whatever way they can heal. That's a very good one, Ahmed. Thank you so much. So I'm coming back to you, Merit. Please, I would like you to tell us how you can help such an individual. Let's come back to what Ahmed said about making the person share his story. You've made the person comfortable enough, trust you enough to share their story with you, share their struggles with you. So at this point, how do you help that person cope with that mental health issue that the person is going through at that point? How do you help them cope with it?
Thank you very much for that question. Personally, I feel like one of the ways you can help people, cope with mental health issues is to listen to them without judgment. Many a
Hmm.
times we claim people and we listen to their stories, but in the course of listening to them, we still judge them. They are not
Judge
telling
them.
us, they are not sharing their for us to judge them. They want a safe space. They want to feel secure. They want someone to be there for them. So we have to listen to them without judging them. And secondly, I would like to say we should show empathy. We should show empathy. We need to learn how to put humanity first. We should try to understand that what they are going through. We should try to understand what they are going through and show them that we truly care for them. We should acknowledge their pain and let them know that they are not alone. Telling someone that is undergoing a mental health issue the phrase "you are not alone" goes a long way to healing them from their mental health issues. And thirdly, I would love to say we should encourage them to seek professional help. Sometimes the duration of mental health issues last long, and they might just need to seek professional help. We can offer to find a mental health professional person or provide them with resources for mental health services. And we should always remind them that seeking for help is a sign of strength. Seeking for mental health help is a sign for strength, and there is no shame in asking for help. And we can also help them by providing practical support. You might want to help them with their duties. You might want to, follow them to see a professional body for their mental health support. Thank you, ma.
Thank you very much. Yes, in fact, you have made very valid points. And I want to capitalize on one major point you made about listening to them and not judging them. Like Ahmed, you know that as human beings, we act by emotions. We are emotional beings, and sometimes it's really not easy to listen to someone's story and not judge them, especially when the person is talking about something that has happened in their past and the role they played in that in that story, and it's as if you, in fact, holding yourself back without judging them can be really very difficult. So, Ahmed, how is it easy, or how can one actually really listen to another person's story? Because people who are watching us today are learning from this session, and we all have to be each other's keeper when it comes to our mental health. You know, we have to be, you have to be your neighbor's keeper when it comes to your neighbor's mental health. My neighbor has to be my keeper when it comes to my mental health. We have to get each other's back. So how easy can it be for you not to judge the person when they tell you some stories about the roles they played in some things and all that? You know, emotions will grow wide, and you want to say, oh, you did wrong, you shouldn't have done this and that. And you know, once you do that, you just spoil it all. You just spoil the whole healing process for that person. So, Ahmed, I would like you to really educate us more on how one can actually go on with this without judging the individual.
Absolutely, thank you. Yes, of course. I don't like to judge others because, as you know, for the Muslim perspective, I've been leading my life. So if I'm judging others, that would definitely everyone judge me as well in as a feedback. So I would like to focus that there's a few more things that I've been doing if someone facing the mental health issues, like if you are considering for the nearest one, and the nearest one is the motivation is very, very important. Rather than moving forward to the psychologist or psychologist, I will be, I'm making myself as a part of the first aid, first aid mental health doctor in a say. So it may say I would like to give some motivation, like tomorrow you will be the new day, and I think you are amazing. A lot of things like if since first started today, don't worry because same changes day by day. Today was a very rough day, but trust me, tomorrow will be the remarkable day because you are so strong. And yeah, some of my friends love to share some of their frustration thing and some of their failing thing in my with me, and they try to share all those things by phone call or physically. And that time, I try to be a good listener. At that time, I try to. I'm not going and moving forward to the conclusion first. I try to listener and listening all the things very important way, and that's make them that I'm giving the value of their words. That's the main perspective because you have to give the value of others' words first. Otherwise, that person won't give the positive. I mean, give the value of your words. Give take your feedbacks as a positive way and some other way. Like and if my that person from via I mean, the person actually staying apart from my home or for other places, I try to give them a video call or phone call and try to listen all of their frustration things. Then again, I made some story. I'm making a story, making a story. Why I make those story? Because I try to make the story to give my feedback from the story. I mean, by the story. Like I have some positive feedback. I know some other ways this kind of positive feedbacks will work. So I try to make a story and put all my advice or all the positive feedback into the story, and that person already great that very positive way. Ooh, okay, that person using this way, so I think I should use this way to make myself booster and try to re-energize myself once again. This is the I think these things is very perfect thing that have been doing a fantastic way. And mostly I would like to pray for everyone that if you are a Muslim, try to do a prayer because prayer will give you the peace. And trust me, you can get the peace from anywhere for any one of words, but truly prayer will healing your mind, healing your all the negative things, and you will feel definitely feel more peace in your mind, in your heart. Even though if you are going through that, what will be another one? I would like to focus, do some exercise. Exercise is a very, I mean, most of the people thinking, oh no, exercise is very toughest thing. I have to do, I'll take a lot of weight. I have to run faster. I have to cycling and do a lot. No, exercise is not all about to get a six pack. Exercise is all about to make you booster and make you strong and fit enough, right? So this is also another way. And yes, another way I suggest them. Plus, if you can, try to do some meditation in your home or anywhere you want, because meditation can also heal your mind and make you positive. Because when I have been facing a lot of mental health issues, because I'm a man, I'm also facing some mental health issues. That time I feel like uh, everything are happening against me. No one hear my words, and everyone thinking about that. I am the very most austere person in the world. And some other negative things are happening and going in my mind. So in that time, I try to find out that what is my actual mental health issues problem. I try to find out the problem first, and I try to make myself that is it really wise to think about my negative things right now, apart from doing some positive things to healing all the negative into positive? So at that time, I'm trying to do some, try to do prayer, try to do exercise, try to talk with some special person like my sister, who is my very nearest person, where I can share a lot of things. So you have a special person. It can be your mother, it can be your father, it can be your nearest and dearest person. So you can share some of your negative things with them. You will release all of your, I mean, half of your pain by releasing or by sharing towards others. This is another way. Please don't absorb all the negative things into your world, because when any, I mean, negative things are happening day by day and it is increasing at the increasing rate, all your mind will definitely feeling like hang. Even sometime you feel like some anytime I can, my brain can burst out. I can actually rest in peace in some time. So don't do that. Try to share your peace. I mean, try to share your mental issues with the nearest person. Do prayer, do exercise, do meditation. And of course, if anything is not working, do go psychiatrist or psychologist, where you can also share some of your negative and mental health issues. And yes, and finally, I would like to focus that apart from all the things, try to find out the meaning of your life. When you are trying to find out the meaning of your life, the negative things definitely turn into a positive things. So try to do so. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Try to find out the meaning of your life. And when you do, the negative things turn to positive. Indeed, indeed, very well. Okay, so a quick shout out to those who have joined us this evening for this live broadcast. We have Onoche Abraham Lawrence, thank you for joining us. Victoria Mupinde, thank you for joining us also. Kabiru Umaru Inua, thank you. Good evening. Thank you. And I also have Sandeep Naf saying exercise plus meditation plus visualization is equals to Q Gong. I think
Well, maybe Mary have been facing the network issues. So we can see Daniel also being with us. Hi, Daniel. Daniel, you were
Hi.
muted. Okay.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you have loud and clear. Can we see you? Can you open your camera?
Okay. Okay. Sorry, where I am, there is no light. I just got back from work just now. That's why my camera is turned
Oh,
off.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had a meeting again
Thank
somewhere
you.
else, and I didn't come back home directly. That's why I'm just joining now. Apologies for joining in late.
No worry, we are glad to have you, Daniel. Daniel, yes, we have been sharing some of our views and some other ways that how can we deal with the young mental health issues or the person who have been facing the mental health problem. So, Daniel, I would like to get some of your views that what are the way we can get rid of all the mental health issues of young people.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity once and again to be live on the show with all of you. So my views are very, very unique, I would say, because first and foremost, to get rid of anything, the best way is not to look for cure, is to look for prevention. Preventive maintenance in maintenance is far better than curative maintenance. So it starts from the family baseline, if you ask me, because most times fathers and mothers, they lose their responsibility, they lose their roles as parents, they lose their roles as caregivers for children, and then the place of proper caring for a child, it starts from the pregnancy stage. You begin to train the child when the child is still there as a fetus, still in the womb. So basically, what I think and feel is
Thank you so much, Daniel, for your share. So, yes, my next question to the Lowell married IFEOMA that how
yeah.
can you take care of your own mental health?
Thank you very much, Ambassador Ahmed, for that question. It's important that young people, young adults know that their mental health is as important as their physical health. And taking care of our mental health is very important for our overall well-being. And there are so many tips for taking care of our mental health for maintaining good mental health. Firstly, I would say practice self-care. Self-care involves taking time to do things that you enjoy doing. Um, it's things that promote relaxation and your well-being. They can include activities such as exercise, meditation, reading, spending time with loved ones, and listening to music. And secondly, you can take care of your mental health by getting enough sleep. Many a times, young adults fail to get enough and adequate sleep. Getting enough sleep is essential for our mental and physical health. And we should always try to aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night and establish a consistent sleep routine. And thirdly, I would say one of the ways you can maintain a good mental health is to eat a healthy, balanced diet. There's a popular saying that says, you are what you eat. So a healthy, balanced diet is also essential for you to maintain a good mental health. And fourthly, I would say staying connected. We need to maintain social connection with friends and families. We should, practice hobbies, you know, journal and all of that. Engage in social activities. These activities makes us, reduce stress and promote a sense of belonging. And lastly, I would say if you're struggling with mental health, don't be afraid to seek for professional support, professional help. Like I always say on the show that GYMHA is here to help you. We at GYMHA provide a safe space where everyone everywhere can turn to someone for their mental health. So don't be afraid to seek for support. Don't be afraid to seek for help. Thank you.
Wow, really articulated that a lot of things, and apart from my sharing, that you have focused that yes, of course, we have to consider the self-care because we are not doing a great self-care of ourselves and keep connecting, keep doing some social event that also love to be connected with other people. And you have shared, yes, of course, you have shared the way we can lead our life to be a sound. Once again, yes, Mary, over to you. We have shared the last question, like is how can we take care of ourselves? And yes, you can ask for the Daniel as well. So over to you, Mary.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma, we can hear you, ma.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Sorry, the network took me out some minutes ago. Yeah, I support everything Merit said about how one can take care of one's mental health, because indeed there is a very strong connection between our physical health and our mental health. Just the same way there is a connection between our physical life and our spiritual being. So the spiritual controls the physical controls the spiritual. And of course, that's how it is with the physical health and the mental health as well. If you want your mental health to be stable, if you want to take care of your mental health, you need to first of all take care of your physical health. And your physical health is what you can easily see, what you can easily do. But your mental health, you can't see what's going on in there, but you can feel it. So if you take good care of your physical health, it has a way of improving your mood. For instance, if you eat well, balanced diet, adequate meals, you take enough rest and sleep, it helps to brighten your mood. If your social life, if your social life is very okay, it has a way of also helping your mood, helping to improve your mood. And if you have a passion that you have learned to build over the years, you have something you love to do. Maybe you love to play games, you love to party, you love to sing, you love to dance, and you decide to really go in this line of your passion. It has a way of giving you this fulfillment and helping to help your mood, grow better. And with this, you can actually take very good care of your mental health. So even when you're shaking up mentally, all these physical things you're doing will help you to be able to control and get a grip of yourself, of your mood, of your senses when the crisis might want to come in. When you're down emotionally, the physical activities you do that makes you happy would help you to get a grip of yourself. So all this actually work hand in us to be able to effectively. So I think we have someone joining us. Daniel, am I correct? I think good evening, Daniel, if you can hear us.
Hi, good evening. I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, good evening.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So tonight's topic, we've been discussing extensively on how to recognize and cope with the signs of mental health in a young adult. So I would like you to also give us some tips from your own end on how you think a young adult can actually recognize and cope with the signs of mental health.
Okay, a lot has been said, a lot of contributions has been made so far. And one of the little things I just want to add up to what has been stated already, just like you rightly pointed out earlier, and like Sandeep rightly pointed out here, the place of exercise is one that is very, very essential, because when you go either to the gym or to a basketball court or to a long tennis court or to a polo field or whatever it is, you have the opportunity, or the person has the opportunity to meet with other young people there. And that in turn, exercise is very, very good for the state of mind and for the physical body as well. So that is one very important factor. Exercise is very, very necessary. And then the kind of consumption of food and fruits is also very, very essential for the state of mind. And then another thing that is also very necessary in in the state of controlling, attempting to control the mental health or having a signs of it, very, very essentially, I think and feel that such young persons can also consult a psychologist, somebody who has a wide range of experience in the aspects of counseling, because there are tips, one or two tips that they can actually administer to them. And they should also learn to open up to people, not to just keep it to themselves, not to just stay alone. Because a number of reasons why some young persons involve themselves or engage in suicide is as a result of isolation. When they isolate themselves, most times, they keep away from the crowd, they keep away from people, they don't socialize with people, they stay alone. So certain tendencies arise within them. So I will encourage that young people also should feel free when they are having signs of mental illness or mental health to reach out to a psychologist or somebody they can trust, who is broader in experience or in studies. These are the little contributions I have to make. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much for that beautiful contribution, which is quite amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it has also helped to buttress everything we've been discussing in this session so far. So I don't know if this has been addressed why the network took me off. Ahmed, we talked about some resources, available resources that are available for people to access, so for them to actually cope with their mental health issues. I would like us to discuss that, starting with you, Ahmed. So what are the available resources you think one can actually access to help people who are struggling with their mental health issues? Ambassador Ahmed.
Idea, yes, I would like to address some other resources that you can use whenever you have been facing the mental issues, and most importantly, the young. So yes, GYMHA is another platform. You can use GYMHA platform and some other people who are enlisted in GYMHA, psychiatrists, psychologists, and some other consultants are there. So you can easily enlist it with the GYMHA and GYMHA team member to share your mental issues. And secondly, I would like to focus, if you have been facing a lot of mental issues, so you can go for the psychologist or psychiatrist for recovering yourself, to make booster in your positive mind. And thirdly, and that I shared earlier, you can do prayer. So prayer will be the great remedy of your any frustration. So number four, if I am focusing on resources that government have some public resources where you can easily can take the some benefit from the public resourceful consultant. So it's very easy to get that. Even our emergency consultants through the in our locality, I can find that mental issues related are consultant for PSEA consultant, and lot of issues like in my working environment. We have a doctor, we have a MSPSS consultant. We can easily get some of the remedies and positive feedback. We have a lot of resources. If you get some good ideas from your nearest one, if you get some remedies from the person and from the words, from the work, as well as, yes, of course, mention some of the humanitarian activists also can be another source of positive energy from the negative energy as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So, Merit, I'll also like you to add to what Ambassador Ahmed has also said. So, I'd like you to also, from your end, mention some resources that are available you think people can make use of to cope with their mental health issues.
Thank you very much, Ma, for that question. There are so many resources that people can harness for their mental health issues. And one of it is seeking professional support from therapists and as well as counselors who are professionals in this area. And secondly is support group. There are a lot of support groups that provide a safe space for people to connect with one another, for people who are experiencing similar mental health issues. They'll provide a sense of community and support. And most of these support groups are online, are available online and in person. And most importantly, GYMHA, the Global Youth Mental Health Awareness, is ready and available to help anyone that is going through some mental health issues. You can reach out to GYMHA for support. At GYMHA, we provide a safe space where everyone everywhere can turn into someone for their mental health. And in order to reach out to GYMHA, you can reach out to GYMHA at www.gymha.org, or you inbox Jude at gymha.org. Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you very much. So, on a final note, I would like us to give our final advice to people out there who are watching us or listening to us from wherever they are, who in one way or the other are struggling with various mental health issues. To round up this session this evening, I would like us to give one or two words of advice to people who are currently struggling with their mental health right now. So I'd like to start from Daniel on this. So let's take it from Daniel to Ambassador Ahmed, then Merit, and we call it a day for this session. So Daniel, please, over to you.
Okay, just the one word here is they should seek for professional counsel or advice. They shouldn't keep quiet or keep it to themselves. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. They should seek professional advice. Very, very important. Guys, you have it. Please seek professional advice if you're struggling with your mental health. It is okay to seek help. Now, Ambassador Ahmed, let's hear from you.
Yes, you are the core person who can give the positive energy and bring the energy from the negative sources. So you can invest yourself, you can remind yourself, even you can feel yourself and get into the positive vibe from yourself. And it will definitely work so faster than others. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Of course, your destiny lies in your hands. You are the only intervention that you have. So you can actually give yourself that positive energy. You can help yourself. You can motivate yourself. You can encourage yourself. Thank you very much, Ambassador Ahmed, for that very wonderful word of advice. So the very intelligent lady. So let's hear from you, Merit. What's your word of advice to young people who are struggling with their mental health?
Thank you very much, Ma. To all our viewers, to all young people struggling with mental health, I would like to tell you that mental health is not a joke, but sometimes laughing is the best medicine. So feel free to laugh away your sorrow, feel free to laugh away your worries, feel free to laugh away your fears. You are not a burden, you are a human being with a story to tell. And even if no one cares, GYMHA cares about you, GYMHA loves you, and GYMHA wants you to turn to them for help, for support for your mental health. We want to see you stay mentally healthy always. Thank you.
So let us all laugh away our sorrows. So we all laugh away our sorrows, laugh away our fears, laugh away our problems, and of course, GYMHA is here to catch us when it's as if we are falling in our mental health space. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Ambassador Ahmed, thank you so much. Mary, thank you so much. Daniel, thank you so much. And to all the viewers, those who dropped in comments, thank you so much for joining us. Onoche Abraham, thank you. Victoria Mupinde, also thank you. Kabiru Umaru Inuwa, Sandeep Nas, thank you. Precious Chidebube, thank you very much. Good evening. Of course, this has to come to an end. So, wrapping it all, I would like us all to take note of everything we've learned from this section this evening. Let's learn to share our problems with a professional. Let's learn to loosen up. Let us learn to laugh away our sorrow. And of course, to crown it all, GYMHA is always here for you. So feel free to reach out to GYMHA on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, everywhere. Global Youth Mental Health Awareness. We are always going to be here for you. Register to join GYMHA if you want to be part of the progress going on, to be another person's keeper as far as mental health is concerned. Till we come your way again for another mind-blowing section of the GYMHA Mental Health Talk on Facebook Live. My name remains Mary Ozuruonye Agholor. Bye for now. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next time.